There's Monkey, I recognize in the bracket, and also 5-year-old who's apparently won a lot of tournaments in the past.
5-year-old's in the bracket. He is definitely the favorite, and with Monkey making it to finals last night, will make him a favorite also.
Yeah, for sure. That's a little bit of a. It's pretty sad that they're meeting in this round of 16.
Oh, they are. They're
yeah.
meeting. Oh man, two of the best players in the tournament are meeting first round. That's sad.
Yeah.
Oh well, you know what? I like that. I mean, it's sad that happens, but when you have a tournament this often, 4 nights a week, it's kind of cool that you have different players move on. It kind of almost guarantees that someone new is going to move on into the semis or finals or something like that, and get their little 15 minutes of glory on stream. So
Yep.
It's great.
So this will be a PvZ matchup, and to my knowledge, I casted none of these last night, so it'll be pretty interesting to see how these two players decide to.
You didn't have a PvZ last night?
No, I started with the PvT, and then it went on to TvZ, and then another DvZ after that.
There you go.
No mirrors though, which is pretty nice, I guess.
Yep. Wow, this is taking a while. VorGirl.
Yeah.
VorGirl has like a pixel left to go.
I think DMTNT also does. It's just a little less noticeable.
Oh, true that. Yeah, they both do. Maybe someone dropped at the last second.
Yeah, one of the observers maybe. I have a little bit more time left than they do now. It's just the gap just closed and we're in the game.
Yeah.
So Austin, I guess you'll do this one.
Sounds good. At the bottom right of Bel'Shir Vestige, we have our yellow Zerg player, VorGirl. And at the top left, our red Protoss player, DMTNT.
Yeah, he was saying that his name stands for Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Okay, I think I'll just abbreviate that to DMT when I'm casting it with him, because it's a little bit of a tongue twister to keep reiterating.
Yeah, it's a lot.
He was actually telling me that, just before the game started, that he wanted everyone to know that his name means Dead Men Tell No Tales.
I wonder if VorGirl has anything of a story behind his name.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's actual girl.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask right now.
Just a question.
Yeah, I accidentally called her a girl. I was like she last game, so.
I know that sounds weird when I ask that, but hey, it's a viable question when you don't know.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so VorGirl is a girl, so that means we can definitely refer to her as a her and a she. So that's awesome.
There's DMT making a little bit of advances, and he's rebuked right away.
VorGirl is married. Okay. Excellent. Alright, so spawning pool first for the Zerg in this match.
And a Forge from DMT, and he's chosen an interesting position there. A little bit close to where his Nexus is going to be. He might be a little bit cramped up, but I don't see where else he'd be able to put his Forge and Pylon without worrying about any sort of aggression. So
right.
I guess that's the best place.
Yeah, the weird thing about this map is that choke area, if you call it a choke, is actually right next to the mineral line, so it's kind of different there.
Yeah, and it seems as though VorGirl, there's a Pylon in her base, and she's just clearing that off with 5 drones, which is optimal. I see a lot of players overreact to something like that and pull all their drones, which just really delays your mining. So just pulling 4 or 5 will do it without too many worries. VorGirl expanding behind that, and DMT does not like this map.
I've heard that a couple times.
Nexus a little bit delayed.
I've actually heard that quite a lot about Whirlwind and this map.
I mean, there's a definite possibility that some of these players are unfamiliar with it. I mean, maybe they've played a few games on it in tournaments, but if you're just laddering, you're not going to see very much of these JSL maps. So maybe it's just that they're not as acquainted with it as they would be to some of the more renowned ones.
For example, I just got an error on Skype. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. No problem.
Did you guys get the error also?
Yeah.
No, nothing for me.
Okay.
I think it was me.
Okay.
Fix that problem, so.
Good, excellent. We have a cannon right below the ramp. That's an interesting place for that cannon, I gotta say. But yeah, that cannon's right below the ramp. He's gonna try to place another cannon next to the pylon, which he cannot do right now. In fact, that Zerg is doing a great job of blocking it because he just keeps attacking on the same place.
Oh.
And finally, the cannon goes down.
And no sign of a Nexus yet, which is it's quite delayed from DMTNT. He's also putting down a gateway, so it's going to be a while before he expands.
Yeah, I guess they don't know this map very well. These are weird placements of buildings we've seen so far.
And Zergling and the drone really lowering the health of that cannon. It'll be able to deal with the two of them, but not a good start to have it lowered to pretty much the red almost.
Yes, it's not. It's probably not even going to get a. Is it going to get a kill?
Yeah.
It's gonna. Yeah, it'll get.
Oh wow.
It has 11 health left. I mean, a Ling will be able to take that one down.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
it looks like VorGirl, she has the intention of doing so, running in 2 Lings towards the natural. That cannon is going to fall quite easily, which leaves his expansion, his forge, his pylon all vulnerable because the other cannon does not reach them.
Yep.
VorGirl kind of hesitating, not moving in yet, and I think the longer she waits, the more those shields regenerate. There's 4 Lings, and we'll have to see if it's able to suffice.
No way.
It's gonna be close. Oh yeah, there's definitely enough now with 4 reinforcing Lings. And there's the expansion coming under siege. I think all DMT can do at this point is just pop down a cannon as he's doing. This isn't looking too good for him. I mean, this is some pressure. There's 1 Ling dying. A lot of them being routed in though here from VorGirl, and this, wow. I mean, DMT might just want to try to. He can't do much. He has to cancel his next. Did he even get the cancel there? I don't know whether or not he did.
Yeah, he got the cancel.
Okay, good. I just saw the little cubes kind of dropping into the ground. I didn't know if he was able to do it.
Wow, this is not a good start for DMTNT at all.
Yeah, forced to kind of hunker down, but VorGirl on her side of the map getting a 3rd base, so it's not like she's just going in for this 1 base Ling pressure. She has multiple bases to fall back on, so forging out a huge advantage here. Only 7 minutes into the game.
Well, there's no shame in just saying GG right now and doing that. If you want to get it over with, just leave and then we can go on to the next map. It'll be your choice then, Mr. DMTNT. Alright, so a full-blown one base play here for the Protoss. As everyone can see. Meanwhile, the Zerg is going to have 3 bases.
Yeah, I mean, that still does give him something of a timing window if he's able to crank out enough units in time. His warp gate research, though, is very delayed, so it'd be a different story if he had it from the start. And VorGirl's going to see this. She can literally just run in and probably take down both of those cannons if she's able to position her Lings well and get a good surround.
So 4 gates, a robotics facility, and a forge now, all in the main base. We had a 5th gateway outside on the bottom of the ramp. Oops, and we have a forgot speed.
From VorGirl, yeah. She's also getting her lair. I mean, she knows she can just kind of macro up on the back of this double Evo like we saw a lot out of HTW last night. So, I mean, macro-oriented play. DMT choosing a Robo Bay, which is an interesting choice off of 1 base. He has a reasonable bank, but that population at 32 at this point in the game.
Wow, really ahead. VorGirl is really ahead in supply. I just noticed that. I mean, 70 to 32.
Yeah, absolutely. DMT's really not getting along with this map at all. VorGirl going to pull back. I mean, I kind of disagree with that. She could still hang those Lings there to continue delaying the expansion. I don't know whether or not DMT's even going to bother trying to get an Nexus, though, or if he's just going to 1 base it and try to see what he can do.
So, DMTNT's observer seeing the Spire go down.
Yeah, I mean, not much he can do at this point, though. He's committed to Colossus Tech. He's got double Robo all off 1 base. So even if he knows there's mutas in the way, he can't really defend against it without Blink because of how immobile Protoss units are. The Stalker, at least. Especially when you're abusing high ground, low ground, as with your mutas going from the main to the natural, you can really punish Protoss players that don't have Blink or cannons. So DMT going to decide to expand here. Fairly interesting choice. I mean,
might as well. I mean, the Zerg is definitely expanding also. The Zerg is like, what, 4 base now? Or getting a 4th expansion, but is getting a macro hatch, so we'll be on 5 hatcheries. We'll definitely have the larva.
Yeah. I mean, I think VorGirl realizes that she's not going to be under any pressure anytime soon, so she can just kind of grab as many expansions as she's like, and she even gets the cancel again on that Nexus. So, I mean, if I were DMT, I would just try to push out maybe, or just tap out right away because it's not looking good for him. VorGirl doesn't have too many military units at this point, 64 drones and not much else, but building 11 mutas now, so that'll kind of be the deciding factor here.
Interesting. Go ahead.
Also getting a 5th base.
Yeah. Playing very greedy.
Yep, 5th base going here on the right-hand side. But interesting, with all the stuff that's been happening on the Protoss side of the map, 3 worker kills between the 2 of them only at this point in the game, and we're 12 minutes in, going on 13 minutes in.
Yeah, it's been a very passive game. I have to agree with you there. There's not been too much activity outside of just some Ling run-bys from VorGirl.
Yeah, right.
It's a ton of expansions.
And that's so funny, when you think about Ling run-bys this early in the game, you don't really think about, like, oh, wow, that's game-changing. Well, it was.
Yeah,
it was game-changing.
Now, there's going to be the Mutaflock on the left-hand side of the map. I think VorGirl is going to move in right now. She is, with into the main. Not too much defense there, and some critical tech structures. I think she'll go straight for the probes, though. Oh, no, going to depower probably a good number of those gateways with that pylon dying. No, only one of them. Yeah, the overlap from the other pylon must have been fairly good. That other pylon's going to die, though, and that will be a true Artosis pylon. Everything's going to be unpowered.
Wow.
It's able to snipe it. She's able to snipe it, sorry. That'll be very, very annoying.
You might get another cancel.
With the Lings, that's crazy if she's able to get a 3rd cancel here. DMT bringing everything. I think it'll be too little too late, though. Not going to get the cancel even. Trying to cling to the Nexus finishing, but VorGirl going to get out of there. Minimal losses. Units lost tab. Protoss has lost 1587 to 950 of the Zerg. Definitely, VorGirl has a major advantage at this point. All right, too much hope here for our Protoss. A lot of his buildings still unpowered, and he's spy capped too.
Just to bring you up to speed, VorGirl did this exact same build against the last Protoss she faced in the first round and won. And in fact, the build that the Protoss went was DT drop. It was still able to out macro the Protoss.
Well, if we look at our brackets, she's not. I thought initially she was going to face the winner of 5-year-old and Monkey, but no, she's on the other side of the bracket. But just on a side note, 5-year-old was able to beat Monkey and then subsequently win his quarterfinal match, so he's going to be in the semis.
Yes, he is. He's in the semifinals right now. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and report this match between his first round match, and I'll get that done right now.
So DMTNT is moving out of his base with the death ball.
And he's even got a probe in there with a mineral just to kind of add insult to injury. Those 2 Colossi, do they have range? No, they do not. So that could be a difference maker here in this battle. Those mutas could even focus down the Colossi if they want. There's so many of them that they won't have to worry about dying stalkers.
So it looks like VorGirl's gonna let this base fall.
Doesn't matter too much. It's just 4 others outside of it, and just so many drones. There's going to be 1 Colossus dying to mutas. You don't see that too often. The other one the other one isn't getting focused down, but should be from VorGirl. I mean, she's still got a fairly large advantage. Another Colossus reinforcing in here. This is going to be close, actually. Some of those mutas are dying, and there's going to be a fair number of them left. Warpins of only Zealots from VorGirl. DMT, not the best idea. We're going to leave all of his forces vulnerable to the mutas here. This base won't even die, I don't think. It'll be close. Down to 100-something health. And there's the GG from DMT. And VorGirl heading up 1-0 in this series.